Hi everyone, welcome to the channel Sluggers. I'm Anupam Mishra and I'll provide a more detailed introduction about myself in the channel towards the end of the session. Right now, let's look into error number 41 of the series 50 most essential grammatical errors for the XAT. Might also be useful for other management and entrance tests. However, I would like to first state that this is not just a random list of 50 grammatical errors that we have just come up with. There's in fact quite a logical process involved in creating this list, and the same process I've explained that in detail in a separate video, which you can access by clicking on the link on the top right corner of your video. Okay, so this diagram pertains to that. I've explained all of this in that video there. Okay, so you can watch it if you want. Okay, so with this, guys, we are moving into the second case. We'll be in this installment. We'll be looking at the second case of irrational comparisons from the same category of errors of comparison. Okay, look at the sentence here. It says Charlie is smarter than any student in his class. Okay, now again, on the face of it, the sentence seems to be like innocuous and harmless. Like there's nothing wrong with it, but there is in fact. What is wrong with it? It seems to imply that it says that Charlie is, let's say this guy's Charlie, and he's smarter than any student in his class, right? Now, assuming that Charlie is also a student in the class, that means Charlie also happens to be the part of the same class. So this sentence basically seems to imply that Charlie is smarter than himself, right? So which like that violates the rule. Then the rule is that the items of comparison cannot be identical. In the last rule we have studied that the items of comparison cannot be categorically different. Like you cannot compare the tail with a horse. It has to be the tail of an elephant with the tail of a horse. In this case, we are trying to we try to understand that they can also not be totally identical. So not completely different, not neither completely different nor completely identical. It has to be like they have to be comparable but not identical, right? That's the satisfactory requirement for comparison. So the better way of phrasing this would be then you just want to use the word other here, right? So if you change the sentence to Charlie is smarter than any other student in his class, then obviously this excludes Charlie from this set. So in this case, then you're just talking about all the other students in the class. Okay. Look at the next sentence. It says this bread is tastier than any bread I've ever tasted. Now, how does he know that? Like you cannot know that whether this bread is tastier than any other bread that you've ever tasted without tasting it, right? So that means even this bread itself is included in this set of all the breads that this person has tasted. And then it seems to imply that this particular bread, and see, I'm not really so good at drawing, but think of this as a bread, is better than itself, right? It's more tasty than itself. So again, it doesn't make sense. So because the items of comparison are identical in this case, right? So again, in this case as well, the word that you'd like to introduce here to make the sentence correct would be other. You'd rather want to say that this bread is tastier than any other bread I've ever tasted. Okay, so yeah, both the sentences were incorrect in this case. Now here's an example for you to try. It says the Qutub Minar is taller than any building in its city. Now it says its city, right? Anyways, I'm not going to solve this for you. Let me know if the sentence is correct. If not, let me know what should be the correction. Finally, guys, my quick introduction. I'm Anupam Mishra and I'm Lucknow alumnus. I have worked in the past with organizations such as Hotstar, UNICEF, Apollo TAS, IMS, etc. I've also worked with an academy as an educator in the past, recognized by their Johnny Ive Award. And I was regarded as one of the top VRC educators that they had. These are my CAT credentials, and Sluggers is basically my endeavor to plug in all the crucial gaps that I believe there are in the test prep industry, starting with the CAT exam. Okay, now, yeah, so that's about me. Do move on to the next error. Okay.